Today we will talk about for the medieval camp life. To be specific, you might be surprised, but there was a man who called himself a harbinger. If you ever heard about the harbinger of doom, well, not exactly like that. His tasks were, when he reached a town or village, to inform the mayor of the town or the village, citizens or villagers, that the army is coming, and the mayor must provide food and beds for that army. If there is not enough space or places to be spent for the night, the camp is formed around the village or the town. Of course, if there was not enough beds for everyone, available beds are provided for the generals and the knights. You don't want to mess with the harbinger, for that is the man who must provide food for you and warm bed, of course. But if the camp is massive, huge, you cannot settle in the city or the village. Then the camp is outdoors, out on the open. There were two main roads that meet in the middle, where were the marketplace. Also, the tents of the general was connected with corridors. The point here is that the generals must not go outside, because it's dangerous for them. Something interesting I want to mention here. All the soldiers were extremely important, even the peasants, who were included in the army. Archers are extremely important, even the peasants, because the peasants is paying the taxes. One archer brings with him 2 to 4 people. Actually, this is company, the company of the archer. The archers received higher wages. They slept in slightly more comfortable tents because the archers are extremely important. Can you imagine that? The equipment you had to carry with you. The knights were carrying everything with them in wagons. Servants, squires, even the men who were hired to raise the camp and put them down again. Just imagine so many wagons. So far as the eye can see, that's the only thing that you can see. Remember the harbinger I mentioned before at the beginning of this video. If there is no city nearby, the harbinger had to find place for the camp with water fit for drinking, have a forest nearby, or enough firewood for the fire. The most important thing was to find suitable place for the toilets. They had to be far from the camp, for they are the curse of any medieval army. And now we will talk about for the structure of the camp itself. There is a difference if the camp is in a friendly or enemy territory. If you are in your country or a friendly territory, there will be no problem. However, if you're in an enemy territory, you must fortify your camp. Here I want to mention something interesting. The camp itself was followed by merchants, artists, craftsmen, blacksmiths, and etc., even prostitutes. The order in the camp was very important. If you're caught with loose woman, they will fine you with 3 or more monthly wages, and the woman's clothes or money will be taken, and her hands will be broken. You see by yourself and understand how much they care about the order in the camp. Here we'll go back at the structure of the camp. First and most of, the farthest end of the camp will have toilets. At the even further end we'll have cemeteries. People who dig the graves and buried their dead comrades. At the far end we have workers who help with the life in the camp. They will raise the camp, take down the camp away if must. Away from the central part of the camp we have a pot which is constantly warmed, never allowed to get cold. And if the camp is lifted and the army must leave, they will lift the pot and will keep it warm and never spoil. They often had bread oven as well. Can you imagine that? In a wartime, in a field, you are provided with the fresh and warm bread. In the central part are the tents of the knights and generals. Next to them are the tents of their troops, soldiers. There was also a shooting range for the archers. There were even blacksmiths, people who maintained the equipment, repaired the weapons, armor and shields, and in the side, women cooked. There were a larger number of soldiers who took their wives and families with them. They were on the periphery of the camp, where the wagons were. There were people who made sure there was fresh water in a barrel that were transported to the river to be filled with water, fresh and drinkable water, and the barrel were returned to the camp. Of course, this is the one of many options for providing fresh and drinkable water. You see, apart from the knights, apart from the army, apart from the workers, they were brought with the camp their wives, children, their families. There were merchants, there were artists, blacksmiths, craftsmen, and others who came with the camp and the army. You can imagine also that the medieval camp was something like moving settlement, like moving village. I hope you liked that video, and if you do, like the video itself. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I will be more than happy if you do so. Bye for now, guys, and have a nice day.